Good afternoon, class. It's Sir Gerald again. So for this class, Math Zero, we'll be discussing yet another topic. Uh, but this topic, lalayo muna tayo ng kaunti sa ating algebra. So we will be talking about more on algebra if we have some spare time in our course. But for this juncture or this part of our semester, we will be talking more about geometry. So for today, we will be discussing some undefined terms and some notations that we need to use in geometry. So in that, let's first start on the undefined terms. By undefined terms, these are terms that are so trivial that we have no specific definitions for this. First undefined term that we need to consider, let's just write this undefined terms. Our first undefined terms is the point. By point, this is just a point. So how will you define that? So in geometry, there is no such thing as definition for this matter. So for points, there are infinitely many points that we can specify or uh, say that exists in our in geometry. So points are usually used for naming certain parts of geometric figures. Just for example, if you have a triangle, for a triangle, each part of the line of the rectangle or line segment of a rectangle is actually a point or the connection of points. So in that, that's the point. Okay, for the next undefined term, we have here a line. Okay. So it's just a line. May it be a line segment, a continuous line, array. It's just a line. Okay, and that's it for our undefined terms. We have two undefined terms that we will be using a lot in this part of the course. And let's move on to the notations. So for the notations, actually, I already written some notations here. So we have here capital letters. Okay. So for capital letters, we usually use this for in naming points and vertices. For this example, we have here a triangle, and a triangle has three vertices. Which are those vertices? Our vertices here are vertices A, vertices B, and vertices C. Okay. In some scenario, this capital lines is capital points or capital letters are actually illustrated or written in an italicized form, especially if you're writing this in or typing this in a computer. So those are our vertices and points. So also it can also be illustrated using, let's say, a line. If we have here a line, for a certain point of the line, let's say line L. For a certain point of the line, there can be points here in our line, and to name those points, we need to use capital letters. Let's say we have here D, point D, and point E. So that's how we use these notations for in geometry. Okay. So for the next part or the next set of notations, we will be using small letters. Okay. So usually it's italicized again. So we have here small letters A to Z if you want. So this notes or notations are actually used to signify any line segment, ray, or any side of a polygon. Just like here in our triangle, we have here side A, B, and C. It is used to signify sides. Right. So for the next notation, we also have here the letter P, the capital letter P. We don't usually use P as a point or as a vertex because we use P as our notation for perimeter. So you might have remember perimeter is just the sum of the side lengths of any figure. Okay. So for the next part or the next notation, we will be using H, small letter H with subscripts. So this can be HA, this can be HB or HC and so on and so forth. So what do this H signify? H does signify what we call the height or altitude of our figures. Okay. So for the next notation, we also have R. May it be capital R or small letter r. This will signify radius. Okay. And in that, we also need a notation in regarding radius and point. So we have here, if you see this notation, let's say A R, this just mean that this is a circle with a center A. Okay, so in that, if we have a circle, and we have here the center of that circle, and we use this notation, it's just mean that we have here a circle with a center A. Okay, so another notation is if we see a capital letter, let's say capital letter M, and capital letter M is meron siyang equal to parenthesis of PQ and RS. This just means that M is the intersection of line PQ and line RS. So those are just some of the notations we'll be using. So balik lang tayo ng konti. So again, we have some undefined terms here. So we have the point and the line. Also, we have some notations here. Okay, so some notations here, we will be using capital letters for the vertices and the points. And we'll be using small letters for lines. We'll be using P for perimeter. We'll be using H sub something for the height or altitude of something. We will be using capital letter R or small letter R for the radius. Also, if we see this notation A, comma R inside parentheses, this is just a circle with a center A. Okay, and if we have, let's say here, M equal or any other letter, let's say B equal PQRS, it is just intersection of two lines. So for the illustration of the last notation, so if we have, yeah, we have line PQ, this just signifies that this is a line segment, which are the endpoints are P and Q, and we also have RS. Where can we find M? M is just the intersection of those two line segments. Okay? Alright. So for other notations, we will of course we will be using A sub something. May it be a circle, a square, or a triangle. This signifies an area of any geometric figure. Okay? So lastly, we will be using SA as the surface area. Okay, so that's it. That's all of the notations that we'll be using for this part of the course. We may encounter other notations regarding geometry, but mainly we will be using these notations for our course. So let's jump into the main core or main part of this geometry, which is the first main part of geometry is actually construction. So let's just try some constructions. By construction, hindi naman po tayo dito maghahalo ng buhangin at maglalagay ng pundasyon. Ano? We will be just constructing geometric figures. So, for example, I have here some exercises here. So let me just get this. So first example here is this. So we are tasked to construct a triangle given the following. Okay. So for this, wait a second. Mhm. I forgot to include another notation. We have here TA. This is just or TA, TB, or TC. This is just internal bisectors. Okay, so let's go to the examples. So we are tasked here to construct triangles given the following. So kanina nung nagsisimula tayo ng salutations natin, ang unang sinabi sa atin if we see small letters, we have here small letters A, B, C. We just need to construct and since A, B, C is annotation for the side lengths or yung tinatawag nating sides ng ating figure, if we are to construct a triangle, this is for number one, with those notation A, B, C, okay, it just means that the sides of these triangles are actually A, B, and C. So that's it. So hindi pa natin alam kung ano yung pangalan ng vertices niya, pero that's it. Yun lang yung hiningi sa atin. So next part. So if we are to uh, construct a triangle with side A, side B, and vertex C. So, ganun lang ulit. We just need to construct a triangle. Sorry if tayo. Okay. So, ganun lang ulit. We have here side A, side B, and a vertex C. For number 3, if we are to construct a triangle given a side a vertex B, and a vertex C, same. Construct a triangle. Then, triangle. Okay. So, triangle with a side a vertex B, and a vertex C. So, maaring yung iba sa inyo ay magtatanong, "Sir, specific ba kung saan ilalagay mismo yung side A, yung vertex A, vertex B?" It depends upon the instruction. But for this scenario, wala namang sinabi sa atin na dapat na katabi or kumbaga adjacent yung side na A dun sa side na B. Pero in most cases, mas okay kung gano'n yung gagawin natin, na yung side A natin ay katabi nung angle or nung ano natin, nung vertex na kaparehas ng letter. Okay, so for number 4, we are asked to construct construct a triangle with side A, height of A, okay, then point B. So in this scenario, if we are to integrate the height, it it is better if the height is actually perpendicular to the s- to the side. So let's say if we have here a triangle, okay. So if we are to name this as side A, okay. So for the height, that should be perpendicular to this area, and it must be aligned to the vertex. So what we need to do here is indicate this as a vertex B, and we just need to write or construct a line for the height, which is perpendicular to A. By perpendicular, it must have an angle of 90 degrees with the base, okay, or the line segment that you need to construct a height of. Then we will have here height A. So it is a height bisecting A. Right. So what's this ME? Wait a second. Okay. So MA is actually just median. Sorry. Let's just add that. If we have here MA or MB, MC, this is just median. By median, middle of a side. Let's say for MA, that is middle of side A. If we have MB, this is a median of side B. Okay. So for that, for number 5, what we need to do is construct a rectangle or triangle rather with side A, side B, and the median of A. So I may have to use ruler here. a second, guys. So I start here and I draw a line base to here. So this is the middle. Okay. Ayun yung magpasulat. So the median is here, somewhere there. So let's just remove this ruler and continue drawing. This will be our side A. The median of A is here, so that will be MA. And this can be side B. So that's for number 5. For number 6, we need to write or draw a triangle with side A, vertex B, and an angle bisector B. Okay, so what we need to do here is just draw triangle, draw a side, a vertex B, draw a side A, and we need to measure this angle of B. Then we need once we have measured that angle, we just need to uh, draw a line in the middle of the measure of those angle. Let's say that is actually equal. This will be equal. So this will be our this line will be our angle bisector B. And for the last one, number 7, if we have here A, H, A, T, A. So what we need to do here is let's just draw a triangle. Okay. Sorry about that. Okay. Draw a triangle. If this is vertex A, this is side A. If we are to draw the height, let's say this is straight, so I'm just getting the perpendicular line. And for the TA, so this will be HA. So for the TA, again, we need to measure this angle. Once we get the average of that, or just divide it by 2, we just need to draw a line here that bisects that angle. Okay, so we have here our TA or our internal bisector A. So that's it for the construction of triangles using specific notations. So I have here other examples that you may want to try. So I will just leave it here, and I wish you find time to study and try to draw the following. I will be asking for this later on, once maybe on Wednesday. So I may need to ask you to select 5 numbers from 8 to 17, then construct whatever figure is asked for the following numbers or for the following items. Okay, so that's all for today, class. Have a great day.